This video is a replay of a trade I took today. Now, it probably goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. I am not a financial advisor, and trading entails risk. Just because I got these results today doesn't mean that I can get these every day, nor that you can. Remember, the entire premise of the investing project and the $1 million experiment is that I am not an expert, and yet I am learning how to do this. So for heaven's sake, don't just blindly copy me. Instead, find a mentor, someone who is an expert, and join their community. Pay for their mentorship. This approach has worked very well for me, and it likely will for you too. So use this video partly as education and partly as inspiration. After all, if I can learn this, you can too.
Okay, so a slightly positive day today. I had a trade on, so you can see at market open, everything sold off. There was a spike up and then everything sold off rather heavily. And what I was looking for here was really on all of these, I was looking for the first green bar, but I didn't really trust the first green bar. Like here's the first green on the YM and it was nowhere near done. Same with the NQ, just wasn't done. But by the time the Russell got all the way down to the low, we're at just about at the previous day's low, we're at or slightly below the average true range low. We're really, this is a good spot for the Russell. So I was looking for a place to get in, and I thought I would get in on with a 2 lot on the first green candle on the 2-minute. So I was going to get in quite early. I actually got in a little bit late on this. I got in at 2914.5, but really the trigger was this first green candle and then moving above that candle. So that's where I got in. And then I had the intention of adding, once I got confirmation on the 5-minute, I'd add another 2. Because really, I wasn't very convinced that this sell-off was done, so I didn't want to overcommit early. So let me go ahead and play this back, and we'll see this in a second. Once it triggers.
Order filled.
Okay, I'm just gonna pause for a second here, and I'm gonna put in the next order, which was at 2920.9, which was also a 2 lot. 2920.9. There we are. And so I hadn't put that in yet, of course, until I saw this green, the green 5-minute. Let's have a look here. Yeah. So once this 5-minute closed, then I put this buy order in above that for another 2. And it took a little bit, but it eventually triggered. I went back and forth for a moment or two as I was thinking about it. And oh, come on now, seriously.
Order filled.
Okay, we're in. So at this point, it started to take off and it was looking pretty good. So I'm just going to let this unfold for a little bit here. I actually decided to get out of this because I had something going on, a load of gravel being delivered, and I need to go and attend to it. So I actually sold once it looked like it was starting to reverse, which is not really what I'm supposed to do, but it's all, but nevertheless, I probably should have just left it in. If I'd left it running, I would have made a little bit more, and really I should have left it running because why? Once it had gone far enough in the right direction, I ended up actually moving all of these stops to even, which was probably right about here. So it's not quite correct, but like that. Let me just make this a bit more correct. Okay, that's approximately right. And so right away, once this started to look like it was turning around, it made it pretty close to my target, my first target, but right around. Let me just see where it is. I noticed it started to look like it was turning around on the NQ, and that's really one of the reasons I said, "Hey, I'm going to get out." But it got almost to my target, but not quite. Probably right around here or so, I think is where I bailed on it. I'm just trying to get to the right spot here. I think it was right about here, something like that. I just closed everything down. I guess it was a little earlier than that. I ended up with $128. Now, if I had left it in, it would have gone up, triggered the first one, the first target for $100, and then come back, stop me out, and then it would stop the rest out even. I would have ended up with $166. Instead, I ended up with $128. Not a huge difference, but I actually still should have just stayed in the trade. There's absolutely no reason for me to exit that. Wasn't thinking clearly. But anyway, $128, better than nothing.